I have 24 hours to create a Lego movie with the theme of
Revelation.
But why? Over my nearly 10 years of animation, I've never really been able to place in any kind of competition, whether it be a small community challenge or one hosted by a larger company. And I'll admit it can be demoralizing to pour all of your heart and soul into an animation just for it to go nowhere. But today, over the next 24 hours, I'm gonna change that. I have to change that. So let's get started.
1, 2, 3, hit it!
Where do we go to draw the line? I've gotta say I wasted all your time, honey, honey. Where do I go to fall from grace? God put a smile upon your face. Yeah.
So mod elements are indicators that your entries for Thack and Brawl were made in each time span of each contest. The theme of Thack 2026, which is Revelation.
That's such a goated theme.
Right, so I've got a pretty good idea of what my story is going to be, but I'm not going to spoil it to you just yet. It's going to be based on an existing IP though, which I've heard could potentially cause problems for receiving placements, but I think if I can execute it correctly, then it really shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so it's been about an hour and we have our finished script with a grand total of 61 shots. I'm probably not going to have time to do all of them, but we're going to try to do our best. Also, I have a bunch of voice lines, and since it's 7 AM currently, I can't really bother anyone to record voice lines right now. However, I can't spam my music guy. Yes, I'm going to do custom music. Before we jump into animation, we need to get the color mod sorted out. This year it's blue and yellow, and the easiest way to do that is with a minifigure. This figure will do just fine. Now that that's all sorted out, I need to build up the set first. Interior wide bedroom. Should be easy enough. Yeah, okay, that took nearly an hour. But hey, it looks pretty dang cool. With the set built up, I went ahead and animated the first shot, and I'm gonna be honest, I should have held on to the shot a little longer than I did. You'll see why I say that later on. This actually isn't the only scene with this room in it, there's a few of them scattered throughout the film. And since I already had the set built up, I went ahead and animated those scenes. My favorite probably being this overhead shot with the fan in frame. There was also this really cool looking window shot with the dog barking outside. The pan looks kinda jittery, but I quite literally don't have time to reshoot it. I've already gone through 4 hours of time. Next, we have a couple of shots of our main character brushing his teeth. Now I won't lie, I really wish I had a different colored Lego mirror, but this is the best I've got right now. Alright, at this point in time, I'm about 6 hours into the challenge, meaning I could go bother people for voice lines now. So I immediately DM'd one of the best voice actors I know, Loft Studios. And while we waited for him to respond, I jumped into a call with my music guy. Disclaimer! All of these calls are reenacted because past JB thought his poor 2020 laptop could handle 3 different recordings. So 8 hours of audio is corrupted, so enjoy these reenactments. Soshia! Look! I made a thing on Google Beatmaker!
Bro, that is amazing.
I know it, right? Does thee think he can produce a full beat with thine melody?
But of course, Sir JB.
Excellent. Oh? Excuse me for a moment. I have received a DM. Sir Loft Studios!
Sir JB!
Sir Loft, I humbly request these voice acting abilities.
Say no more. I shall deliver the best voice acting a voice actor can act.
Hopefully that wasn't too cringe. Anyways, that's all the reenactments I'm gonna do, I promise. After the call with Loft, I joined Shear's call once more, and we continued developing the melody. Keep in mind that at this point in time, I probably had only about 20 seconds of animation, so being in this call could have potential repercussions. By the time the song was finished, another 4 hours had passed, meaning I have about 12 hours left to take 50 shots. This is not gonna be easy. The next part of the video would be a montage, which is what the music is for. The montage would show our main character repeating the same task, preparing for the day, going to work. I love my job! Working. Why did I ever think I liked this? And then returning home. Freedom! Each and every day. I'm sure this hasn't been done 1,000 times before in modern day Hollywood. Needless to say, I started by filming a shot of our character arriving and leaving a parking lot, making sure to change the lighting so there's a clear difference between night and day. Or in other words, it's a night and day difference. I'm sorry, I had to. And since the set was already built up, I took one more shot with the dog being in it. You know, the one that was outside of his window. Next, he walks to his workplace, goes to his cubicle, and begins working. Yeah, that's basically all the montage is, with a couple slight different variations of shots. I really wish I had time to build up the exterior of his workplace a little bit better, but the clock is ticking. I already spent way too long on that first set. By the time the montage was fully filmed, it was about 8:20 p.m., meaning I have just 10 hours left to finish filming. Edit the video, hopefully correct all the pacing errors, and submit it. After the montage was finished, we see our main character about to enter his work, but the dog is in front of him. The dog runs off, and the guy follows, only to find a man in a suit, voiced by Jay Silver, who I definitely didn't forget to send like half of the lines to. Look, I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, and by this time, it was starting to catch up with me. It would kind of be a blessing in disguise not having to animate those lines, cutting off about 5 full shots. But I won't lie, at the time, it kind of took me out of it. It kind of seemed like placing wasn't even on the table anymore. I'd just been making mistakes left and right, the pacing was off, and I didn't send the voice actors all the lines. I couldn't retake the shots I disliked. Everything just felt so far out of reach. So far out of reach. But I can't just give up here. So I snapped myself out of it and continued animating. I only have a couple of talking shots left. After getting those final talking shots animated, I revealed the true nature of this video, which, if you haven't guessed by now, is of course that he's in the Matrix. I told you this has never been done in Hollywood ever before. Anyways, it's 1:30 a.m. now, and I really don't have time for dilly-dallying. So I exported the video, brought it to my main computer, and began editing. First, I ran some additional audio Red Big Studio sent me through an AI audio cleaner. Next, I started chopping up all the scenes and stabilized and rearranged them. Once that was all said and done, another 40 minutes had passed. 4 hours left. I began working on sound design, starting off quite strong with lots of layering in the start. But as time went on, sleep deprivation started to kick in more, effort put into audio lessened, and time kind of started to crawl. I just needed to get this finished, then I could finally sleep. At around 3 a.m., I finished the sound design. I quickly rendered the video, submitted it, and went to bed, hoping it would be accepted. I woke up the next day to see that, in fact, it had been accepted. That is great news, bro. Now I just have to wait about 2 weeks for the placement to be announced. And while we wait, let me show you the finished product.
I wanted those papers on my desk by Wednesday. Get them to me now, or you're fired.
That isn't the same dog, is it? How did you get over here so fast?
Mr. Simmons, you've been in here too long. It's time to pull out.
How do you know my name? And who are you?
You've been in here for far too long. Your memories will start to come back once we pull you out. Here, take this phone.
Where am I? What the? It wasn't real.
And that's how it ends. It's pretty abrupt and doesn't have a very satisfying ending, but it was made in 24 hours. And I think all things considered, it isn't terrible. There's also quite a bit of issues with the pacing, as I said there was gonna be. But I'm hoping by some miracle, it's still able to place. All I'm hoping for is that 25th spot. So let's see the results. mean, after watching through all the placements, mine wasn't there. It wasn't there. And maybe that's okay. After all, I still managed to make 2 minutes of animation in just 24 hours. Sure, it's not the best animation ever, but I did it. Maybe next year I can place. Maybe next year.